Okay, YouTubers, this is Chobbins coming at you with a video in regards to my inch bag. So here's my bag right here displayed. It's a Rush 72 pack from 511. I'll go over a couple things on the outside. I keep some extra rounds of ammunition in this pack right here, along with the caltrops. I've got a extra mag carrier here. I've got an Energizer light that does white. It does red, it does green, it does ultraviolet. Extra cheapy knife here, Grimlock. Here's my water tube for my Geiger rig. I've got a pack here for my cell phone, that I use right now to hold my a monopod that I have. I have a 511 dump pouch. I have a radio carrier. And then up here I have a whistle. Comes out with a cheapy little compass, little magnifying glass, thermometer. Here's where I keep my walking sticks. So this is my pack. And I'll go into each detail about what's inside of it and how I use it. I don't have a bug out location, so if I ever have to leave, I'm leaving forever. So that's why I have to have an inch bag. My primary objective is to bug in. However, that isn't always the case. So I'm prepared to leave, and we'll go ahead and look into this bag in just one second. This is the back side of the bag. Let me show you the rifle carrier. This unzips here. The barrel goes into this cup. You're able to strap the receiver portion in here. Tie it back up and you can carry yourself a rifle. I have a couple of my battery carriers down there. Maxpedition 511. Got my water bottle, my goggles, my Leatherman Raptor shears. Let's take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here is my food kit. I put everything in the 511 bag on the right. It goes inside my bag. I do not use the MOLLE system on the outside because I run a rifle carrier on the bag, which doesn't allow me to use that type of bag externally. To the left of that, I've got the Top Ramen. They're great carbs, no weight, easy to cook, and I can cook them in my kettle pot. Then I have 4 Mountain Houses. To the left of that, I've got the Datrix bars, the emergency bars. Each one are individually wrapped on the Datrix, that's why I like those. Then below that, I've got some cooking oil here, some olive oil cooking oil, just in case I have to do some type of cooking. Potassium iodide to the right of that, just in case of any fallout. Then to the right of that, I've got a bottle of Life Caps. These are pills that you take to curb your hunger. They do work. I have tested them. That's why they're in my bag. You can go online to buy them. If you do, look for a promo code, because usually they run like a 50% off promo code. I have the granola bars down here. And then to procure food, I've got the snare wire. And I've got these yo-yo reels that you can attach to the bank or to the side of a lake. Throw out the line and use those hooks as well. I'd love to have a bag full of food, but you can only carry so much food, so you're going to have to procure food out there. This is just a start. This could get me by for probably 4 to 5 days if I really stretched it. Maybe a little longer with the Datrix bars. But it's a good start. It fits in one bag. That's where I'm at. Okay, so this is how I filter water and treat my water when out in the field. Over on the right here, I have the Renovo Trio, which is, in my opinion, better than a LifeStraw from my research and YouTube videos that I've watched. I believe most people think this is a better tool, the Renovo Trio. And then up here I have my Sawyer Mini bags, so I would take my dirty water in these bags, push them through my Sawyer Mini into this container, which is a SteriPen BPA plastic container. Then I would take my SteriPen and insert it into the specially designed top, allowing me to filter or to kill any viruses that may be left over in the water even after the filtration. I have these bandanas, 3 cotton bandanas for additional filtration. And then the bladder system that I use, which I feel is the best for this application, is the Geiger rig. You can pressurize this water bladder so that you can squirt water out into your kettle pot that you're going to cook with, or you can squirt it out to wash hands. You could squirt it into someone else's mouth so they don't have to put their mouth on your hydration tube. And then below it is just a neoprene sleeve that I bought that you can slide in there just to help maintain the cold as long as possible. So that is how I deal with water in the field. As a side note, I do keep all of my batteries out of my electronics because Duracells have a tendency to leak, and I don't want any type of corrosion when I need to use my electronics. Okay, this next segment will be about power, and will also tie in with cooking. So I've tried to use whenever possible the 18650 battery, which is to use to charge my flashlights. And the 18650 battery is this battery here, which is a little longer and a little fatter than your AA battery, but really can hold a charge for really well. And your batteries or your flashlights usually perform better with these type of rechargeable batteries. And why I selected that is because I found this device, which is a USB charger for these 18650 batteries. So I can basically charge these batteries either from this 10,000 milliamp solar charger, or I can plug it into my Goal Zero solar panel, or I can tie it into this kettle pot over here, which actually generates electricity and charges items through USB, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Over here I've got a Maxpedition battery carrier, and these are just regular, one-time use AA batteries. Here's some CR123s, and here's some 18650s. This is another 511 battery case holder. And I've got a couple flashlights here. I've got several flashlights, but here's just a couple. This one works also as a lantern. It's an Exponent from Coleman. So with this Goal Zero, I have 8 AAA batteries and 8 AA batteries that I can continue to recharge with these 2 chargers, and they can charge off this or off this. But my main goal was to tie everything together and be able to continue to charge these things, and not just through solar, because it may be cloudy days or ash-filled skies, and I might not get the solar power that I need in order to charge these devices. So what I did with my cooking was I went with this BioLite kettle pot. And so this BioLite is pretty neat here. This is like a silicone, heat-resistant silicone lid cover, and it's also got these on the handles that's really soft and doesn't have a lot of heat. So you basically take this off, and that reveals the stove that is below. Now, let me take this out here and set this down. It also has a bowl as well that comes with it. So this battery pack comes out, and it allows you to charge through that USB port right there. So what you would do is you would slide in this conducting rod into the stove. And then you would open the legs to lock it into place. And then there it is right here. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way so I can set it up. And then this pot would sit on top of that. Now it may not look very stable, but it is, and you can kind of balance it out. So, and then of course the lid would go on top of that, which really helps to boil the water faster. It does have little air holes in the side, allowing heat to escape or fire to escape. And then this, once this starts going, this has a fan that's inside of it that when you turn it on, I don't know if you can hear that, but it creates this cyclonic effect down in here that really gets things burning quickly, and there is virtually no smoke when you're cooking with one of these, and all of the material that you put in, be it twigs, paper, I mean whatever you pretty much put in here, it'll burn it. It burns it completely, so it's nothing but ash at the bottom at the end, right? So no debris, no embers. And so while that's cooking and boiling my water, it's also simultaneously creating electricity so I can charge my electronics and continue life in the field as best I can. So again, this thing breaks down with, you pull a leg down, slide this thing out, it goes in here. Yeah. And then it slides. We go ahead and put the bowl back in. That goes in there. And you just put this silicone piece back on top. Whoops. It's got to go with the, this thing has to end point with the same width as that. Goes on just like that. Slides into its nice little bag that it comes with, and bam. Now I've got a way to solar charge, create my own electricity, or charge through USB. There's another solar charger. Either way, I'm covered in creating electricity to perpetuate my electronic devices, be it the water purifier that I use with the SteriPen or any other flashlights that I have. All of this works great as a system together. So this is my fire kit. I keep it in this bag here inside the large backpack. So I have hand sanitizer that I would like to primarily use as hand sanitizer, but it does work great as a fire starter. I have 3 Bic lighters, 3 wet fires. I have one of these butane torches, and the reason I went with this one is because I can see the fuel level through the plastic, so I liked that. That way I can know where I was in regards to whether or not I needed to add fuel or not. So there's that. I have a 9-volt battery. The only thing I'm missing right now is some steel wool, which I will be getting in a couple days here. I have this Swedish Fire Steel with this striker. I have another one of these that's like a, you just pound it down and it's ready to go. Fire Steel. I have about a dozen cotton balls soaked in Vaseline, and you can tear those apart and break them down to make them last a lot longer. I highly suggest that, because one of those cotton balls will burn for probably anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes depending on how much Vaseline you put in them. I also have this magnifying glass, so I would try to be starting fires before the sun went down. And then I have this several pieces of tinfoil folded over here that I could use like as a base or as a windshield. But with that kettle pot that I have and that stove, it's easy to get one of these pieces, just a little small piece of some of these, into that to generate the fire to start going. Then I can take that lit fire and move it more to like a campfire or ground fire. So that's my fire kit. Okay, so this is tools and weapons. The one weapon I won't be showing is my pistol. I will have a pistol and a thigh rig that I carry on my right leg. Okay, so some of the tools I carry are these Velcro straps. They work great for tying things down. A little bit of this cheap nylon rope. I've got this spool tool with 100 feet of paracord. I carry a small can of WD-40. It's good for bait, for fishing, I'm told as well. I carry one small sewing kit. some large needles in case I have to repair my bag. Individual packets of super glue. I thought that was a good idea rather than just have one big packet. I've got several of these little ones that I can use. I think maybe the world's smallest entrenching tool. This is a water key, which allows you to turn on faucets that don't have a spigot or a nozzle or whatever the knob is to turn it on. You just find the correct size and pop it on and you get water. We've got a small, cheap multi-tool. I need to get a Leatherman, and I haven't gotten that yet. Got one of these can openers. I think this is a 38, because it's 38 times around, I think, to open the can. I think that's why they call it P38. I've got a handcuff key, because good to have one, right? These things in the back here are orbs from UV Packlight, and they glow all night, and they come on every 2 minutes for 3 seconds. They're rechargeable and waterproof, or water resistant. No, they're waterproof, I think, for like 3 feet, maybe a meter. Anyways, works great for lighting up at night rather than having to use flashlights all the time to provide light. These are a great tool. This panel goes nicely behind my water bladder in the backpack. I can have these necklaces as well that are just rings. I also have this little tube that I can carry around, and it's rechargeable as many times that it'll charge in the sunlight. Just need to apply a little direct light to it, and then it will shine brightly for quite a while. Okay, I also have some Leatherman Raptor scissors. These would be for my medical kit. I don't keep them in my medikit. I keep this in the MOLLE attachment on my bag on the outside. I have a compass, a whistle. I have ear protection in case I don't want loud noises. I also have an ear amplification. I do have electronic earmuffs, but I'm not certain that I could have them or get them or use them at all times. So I thought this small device would be pretty good as ear amplification or sound amplification. I've got this knot card, which is pretty cool. It's made of plastic and it's bound together already for you. Really cool. Back down here I've got some tenacious tape. This is to repair my bag in case the needle and thread doesn't do it. I've got some face paint. I've got my headlamp here, and I love this P-TECH, I think it's called the Bite. I love this one because the first thing you do when you hit it on, when you turn it on, it immediately comes on red first, which I think is really cool. And it takes two AAA batteries. My everyday carry volley. I keep this on the pack, the Adamas. Great folder. I have caltrops that work good for security at night or to stop a vehicle, for whatever you may need to do that for. I have some Gerber wire cutters. Great tool. My main fixed blade is this Gerber LMF2. It's a great knife. It can cut through electrical wire. It's full tang. Can be made into a spear with these holes. It's a pretty nice knife. It will work. It will ride on my left leg. Got some package of zip ties. And since my stove will burn a lot of wood, I got this. This is a Gerber downrange tomahawk. And if you can see here, it's got like a canted edge for shoving in and prying loose, and this end has a handle that you can grip on and pry with. It's a G10 handle, and since I'll be chopping wood with it rather than just using it as a breaching tool, I had this sharpened right here, and it's really sharp. It works really nice now. I really like this tool. It also has a hammer that's been welded onto the back side here. It's really a good tool. A little overpriced, but a really nice tool. And it is full tank, so that does run the entire length, this one piece of metal. And I think it's like D2 tool steel or something like that. And then, since my pack is heavy, I've got these walking sticks. I thought that'd be a great idea, since I'll have a rifle on my back, and my bag is pretty heavy. So with water in it, when I really needed to get out of town, I thought these would be a great aid for hiking. Those that are avid hikers know that these really could assist with uphills and downhills. So those are my tools and some of my weapons. And let's move on. Okay, here are some convenience items or some toiletries. I have here this pack that has some tissues, a bar of soap, some gold powder, folding toothbrushes. I carry 2, my wife carries 2, some toothpaste, and 10 of these Coleman instant hand towels. I have one of these bands or whatever that you put on to keep mosquitoes off. I clip this to my bag if it was ever to get an issue where there's just going through a lot of bugs. I can imagine there might be some pestilence, you know, with bugs and stuff in the end. Also have a mosquito net for my face. Got a thing of Dr. Bronner's soap, some sunblock spray and liquid. A little Deep Woods Off, a little Sting kit, some hand lotion, a couple of these toilet paper rolls that are without any centers to them. Deodorant, you know, I mean, I don't know how long I would go on wearing this, unfortunately. But it's good to have some, you know, in case right off the bat, you know, things don't turn too far south. And you can't really have solid because it can melt and stuff like that. But this roll-on seems to last indefinitely. Hopefully it'll last for a long time. Baking soda, it's too large. I need to break it down to a smaller container. I don't have that at this time, so I still have the full size. Right in the Rain, notepad, pens, Sharpie. We've got the hand sanitizer again, wet naps or wet ones. And these are like full bath wipes below there. I've got some all-weather playing cards. Then I have some things just in case hikes bring on some injuries, like a problem with the knee or the patella or an ankle or whatever you need. I've got a couple ace bandages here just in case. And last but not least, my Bible, because if I'm using this kit, I'll be reading that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so my sleep system goes like this. I've opted for a hammock system because I don't want to sleep on the ground. I don't want to have to carry a mattress or any inflatable. I don't want to have to sleep near bugs. I don't want to get wet. Many reasons. So I've chosen this Yukon Outfitters hammock that has a mosquito net automatically included in it. This here is the Rainfly that goes over it. And here I've gone with the Kamek straps to harness it all up. And then I can run my Ridgeline underneath the Fly with this Night Eyes tool that is like a cam. You can adjust it. It's really easy to just clip it up and then you're good to go. And then inside, underneath the Fly, so imagine the hammock's here and the Fly's underneath. There's a Ridgeline that runs in between the two. And on that I keep this lantern. This is a collapsible lantern by UCO. And it hangs on the Ridgeline inside and really heats up the area nicely. I have some of these citronella candles in case the bugs start getting excessive. And I've just got some of the regular other beeswax. But this is a pretty cool little thing to have in your hammock area. It keeps you nice and warm. And I've actually opted for the bottom where, in case I had blown this out and I was asleep and I needed some light, I just have a little twist on thing here. It's got a little down light for you that you can have inside to see what's going on. And then it came with some of these other devices where it's like this is like a heat shield, or to make sure that the heat doesn't go up. It comes around like this and makes the heat go down. And this one acts as like a parabolic dish where you can focus the light, and it also focuses the heat, believe it or not. And then I use this to actually clip it onto the Ridgeline. And then I've been trying to incorporate this. I just got this the other day. This is a down blanket from Costco. It's a 700 fill down blanket. Really nice, collapsible. Would work great inside my hammock. It's either going to be this or one of those small adventure medical kits, or one of those small little emergency bivvies that they have that I can sleep inside of here just in case it starts to get pretty cold. Because those are pretty small. You can get one that's about like that size. One of the breathable ones I would suggest. Anyway, so that's my sleeping system. Above the ground, protection against bugs, because I don't want to be buffet at night. And this lantern fits inside this little cocoon, this neoprene cocoon here, so it's a great little system. Okay, so some clothing. These are some of the items I chose to go with. And I think everyone should have a great pair of boots that are waterproof, that are very comfortable. Not cheap. I'm just started wearing these Salomons. They are a really good boot. So far I've been really impressed. They are Gore-Tex, and so far so good with them. So I like that. I'm going to replace these laces. I got some of these laces called Rhino laces that are unbreakable. They have like a steel core that runs through the lace. So that's I'm going to switch these laces out with that. It's pretty cool. I also will wear these knee pads. And the reason I went with this knee pad is it doesn't have like a hard plastic exterior. Because I don't want a bunch of noise like grinding grit, if like on the plastic and stuff like that. So these are really soft and quiet neoprene, and will help keep down the noise that the other ones make at times. I went with a pair of hard knuckle gloves from 511. I really like these gloves. They've really done well for the whole time. I think that everyone's going to probably need to consider that there could be some type of ash or anything in the air, so I think that maybe this type of mask, and I would probably have this type of mask under something like this, which is my balaclava. Now, I went with a fire retardant balaclava because I don't want to ever catch on fire right there. So I thought I'll spend a couple extra bucks and get one that's fire retardant. I have this fleece watch cap that I can also wear, or I have this boonie cap depending on day or night. I have a pair of Oakley eye protections that are clear. These are like your motocross glasses. You can even have like tear-offs here too, depending on what's going on. I also have an amber lens for these as well. And then I have a buff here that you can put over your head or you can put over your face. There's 100 different uses you can have for those. Those are pretty cool things. I've tried to incorporate these like Nike Pro Combat things that have this padding here, and it's got like a hard thing on the thigh, but I don't know if I'm really going to go with that. It's something that I have in there, but we'll see what happens. Inside here I've got 2 pairs of polyester shirts, 2 pairs of wool socks, 2 pairs of polyester underwear. I don't have any cotton on me at all. I will also be wearing a pair of pants, as I usually am always in pants, and I'm always wearing some type of like hiking shirt or nylon shirt or polyester, so it's really breathable. So that's some clothing there. Let's move on. Okay, and then this is my last kit, the medic kit. So it's a 511 bag. Let's go ahead and check out the contents. It has clamshell open. Okay. Blister relief. And then let's do this pocket first. Okay, I've got a little thing of liquid skin. It's, you can use it to put in a cut. It's different than crazy glue. It's actually designed to go in wounds. I've got some triple antibiotic ointment. I've got some steri strips, some small ones, some large ones. I've got a little dental kit in case my teeth start acting up out there. Not sure exactly what all it is. This is like an oral pain relief, it says. This is like an extractor, I think. So is this, whatever. It seems painful. Q-tips. Got a whole thing of Advil here. I've got a wrap. And this is some of those gauze for the in case you when you extract the tooth, you put those little gauze pellets in the hole. God forbid. Let's hope something like that never happens. All right, what else do we have in here? A couple safety pins. Some of these dental flossers. Toothpick jobs. Here's some poison ivy relief. A small syringe so I can measure milliliters. I've got, these are alcohol swabs, wipes. And I think the last thing in here is this big trauma pack, which it's like a blood clot system you can use. All right, other side. Gloves. So I did medicines in the straws where you cut the end of the straw and then use a lighter and like a pair of pliers and seal it together. So they're all airtight or waterproof right now. This is, I got Benadryl and anti-gas. This is anti-diarrheal. This is some Advil migraine. This is just regular 81 milligram aspirin. Aleve. I've got more of these. This is Cipro or ciprofloxacin, 500 milligrams. You need to have some type of antibiotic in case you get infections and stuff like that out there. I mean, it's if you're using something where you're going to be outside, I would suggest stocking up on some of this antibiotic. Got Tylenol, multivitamins, more Advil, Tylenol again. This is some Alka-Seltzers. I've got some silver colloidal, or colloidal silver, however you say that, pronounce that. I've got a large wrap, 2 inches, I believe. I have to excuse my notification there. Amoxicillin. Some more Cipro. More amoxicillin. I've got some of this medicated spray. This is a big can. You know, I'll go to like a maybe one of these gun shows and see, and if like they have like the medic area, if they have like a smaller or thinner type of spray like this that I could use. Maybe a lidocaine spray would be nice too. Random bandages. And I believe that's it. Oh, no. Nope. Laxatives. And that appears to have been aloe that looks like it has dissipated somehow. So it's still, the package is still airtight, but somehow that aloe is gone. That's interesting. I'll take a look at that. And that is my medikit. So I hope you enjoyed the bag. And leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. Tell me where I can improve. Tell me what ideas you liked. Hope to get this conversation going so we can all be prepared. Better safe than sorry. Talk to you guys later. Jobbins out.